Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of GDQ Hotfix Speedruns. I am your host of Game Over, Regal. Welcome back to another episode of the show. Game Over is a show where we like to put on speedruns of games that are either known for their high difficulty level or games that are being run on a higher difficulty level than they normally would be on, or sometimes just games being speedrun in ways that are self-imposed challenges. We like things to be, taken to the next level of difficulty here. So tonight we have two really cool runs from two really great runners. First up, we have a Resident Evil 7 Village run by Alex Meister. It's going to be Village of Shadows difficulty. That's going to be a really awesome run coming up first. And then after that, we're going to have a Super Ghouls and Ghosts run by Telio. But first, we have Alex up, who's going to be doing Village of Shadows, Resident Evil 7. Alex, do you want to go ahead and explain your run and give us a little intro?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Hello. My name is Alex, and I'll be speedrunning Resident Evil Village on the hardest difficulty, that is Village of Shadows. And the category is going to be no intro / siege and also glitchless. No intro / siege means basically that I'm skipping the intro as well as the siege section of the game, which takes roughly 11 minutes. And glitchless means that I will not go out of bounds in any way, but I will utilize some tricks and tips, right, sometimes. And yeah, let's dive into it.
Awesome.
And I will start a certain save state with a certain amount of ammo, weapons, utility items, and the speedrun is about to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so welcome to the village. First of all, there's a trick coming up. I will shoot this fence. I will aggro all of the monsters inside the cornfield and de-aggro them instantly just because they're way too far away. And then I will try to dodge their attacks. So I'll just focus for a second here. Right, number 1. Okay, that went really well. Okay, awesome. And since there's a small downtime right now of a few minutes, I will talk briefly about the intro and also what happened during the siege section. Cool. So basically, we are Ethan Winters, the main protagonist from Resident Evil 7. And after the events of Resident Evil 7, Chris Redfield, who is also a big name in the Resident Evil franchise, has carried Ethan Winters, as well as his wife and daughter, Mia and Rose, to a country in Eastern Europe, just for their safety. And sometime later, they're happy. Rose was born, and eventually Chris just randomly shows up unannounced and shoots Mia dead, kidnaps Rose, and just leaves. And Ethan is being unconscious. And yeah, nobody gives any clues or hints what's happening, and Ethan Winters just wakes randomly up in a field of nothing. There are some dead soldiers next to him, a broken truck, and nobody is alive, and he doesn't know what to do. So he wanders around through the woods and finds eventually a small village, thus the name Resident Evil Village. Then walks around, and to everyone's big surprise, the residents were actually evil. And he runs around, gets hit and attacked by lichens, by all sorts of monsters, and he has a small thought that his daughter Rose and maybe even Mia will be in the castle that is in the background. All right, so what I did there in this section was I was just basically running around, looting some items. And then all of the friendly NPCs, or the only friendly NPCs in the game, got killed by a lichen, basically. And he thinks that Rose may or may not be in that castle over there. So I've also picked up some items. One of them is a sigil, which I will insert right here. Or a crest. And this is also the first puzzle of the game, where we just have to turn them until they fit into the puzzle or in this room, and I will shoot those crows. Nice. And those crows are basically essential for this speedrun because they will drop a lot of gold, or not a lot of gold in my case. And the range is from 1.5k to 3,000 lei. That is the in-game warrant currency. Okay, right here I tried to sneak into the castle. It failed, somehow. Heisenberg found us and just captured us. And right here, there's the whole introduction to the main bosses and also what is going on. There are the 4 House Lords, and they were basically discussing what to do with Ethan because they know that he's trying to get Rose and Mia back. One was saying, okay, let's just kill him right away. Lady Dimitrescu said, no, we should make wine out of him. And Heisenberg was saying, no, let's make him run into a death run, basically, and kill him like that. Filled with lichens, boss monsters, and also some spiky traps here. And this is going to be a common theme in Resident Evil Village. Ethan has a lot of plot armor, so this spike roller should kill him, but we can just turn around and just hide in this small crevice, and he will be perfectly safe. And everyone will just think, okay, he cannot survive this. There's no chance. Surely he will die. But to everyone's surprise, even to Ethan, he's not. And as you see, his hands are a little bit damaged. That is because of the intro. He got bitten by some lichens a few times. He survived and fought them off. Right now, everybody thinks that we're basically dead, but we're not. And we can wander around, just enjoy the scenery, but there's no time for it. We have to do some other stuff.
Let's go fast.
Yeah, let's go fast. And what you have to do is to sneak into the castle again. But first of all, we'll shoot those 2 crows over here and hope that they will not despawn or anything. Very nice. I have a perfect amount of gold, basically, for the first purchase of Duke. And Duke is the merchant of the game, basically. And he also knows the merchant from Resident Evil 4. And he makes some references to him, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. Right there, I upgraded my shotgun power and also bought a recipe to craft explosives, mainly this mine, and also some shotgun shells. And this mine is, or mines and explosives are very, very handy to have in this speedrun, just because every weapon and every other weapon that is not an explosive got heavily nerfed on this difficulty. So it is very important to utilize the ammo drops that we have, as well as the mines. And as a small warning right now, there's the infamous cutscene where Ethan's hands are going to be sliced open by scythes. And if you are a little bit sensitive, then just look away and I will let you know whenever you can look again. So look away now.
I think there's a lot of these moments in this game.
Yeah, but the other ones are not as gory as this one. In my first casual playthrough, it was quite shocking in my personal opinion, but eventually just get used to it. I mean, you have to speedrun a game, right? So this is also part of the game. And he got captured by Lady Dimitrescu and the 3 sisters, which are actually not sisters, but more on that later. They hung him basically and talked about how they should make wine out of him. And Lady Dimitrescu said, no, I have to contact Mother Miranda first, that he's actually alive. And everyone was like, okay, sure. Surely we can leave him just like that and leave the room. He survived the spiky rollers, and he's surely not going to survive this. And to everyone's surprise, Ethan survived again. And next to him was a very handy little flask with what I call Super WD-40. Basically, that heals every single thing that he will endure during the run here. And right here, I picked up this item, and I have to interact with it to get another item out of it, which I will use in just a moment. Lore-wise, we are finally in the castle. We were exploring everything in the search of Rose first. Nothing can be found besides some small items and some background lore on everyone's character. Insert this eye into that door, and then this will open in just a moment. Bella Dimitrescu, the first daughter and also the first mini-boss of the game, notices this and tries to capture us again. And Ethan just runs around and jumps into the basement, which is also going to be a common theme. Right here I restarted the checkpoint to basically skip an animation of me landing, standing slowly up, and it doesn't save a lot of time in RTA, maybe like a half a second, but during a real speedrun with LRT timing, it saves actually quite a lot of time. Alright, so I'll pick this up and then shoot this crystal right over here. And those treasures are hidden around everywhere, and you can sell most of the items to the Duke. And I will need as much money as possible later on. Right now it is rather chill. I don't have to think about a lot of stuff or about about Ethan's financial standpoint at this. I pick up some items, and here the ghouls are introduced. They have also a very specific name that is difficult to pronounce correctly. So I just call them ghouls. Right, so they are, or they rather were, the maidens of this castle, and because of Lady Dimitrescu, she basically experimented on a lot of the maidens and ate a few of them. And those who survived became those ghoul-esque monsters. And I will craft one more mine here, and this cutscene I will not skip on purpose. The reason is Bella's AI is a little bit weird whenever you skip this cutscene. She can be basically random. She can stand either on the left side, in the middle, or in the right side. She can just stand still and do absolutely nothing, or she can just jump attack me and guarantee, and there's a certain guarantee that she will hit and maybe kill me. So that's why I'm letting this cutscene play out in order to have her AI as consistent as possible. Right there I shot her a few times with the shotgun to stagger her, then throw a pipe bomb and also shoot her a few times. And right now I just hope to not get hit by those ghouls right over here. And also, hello, my cat. He wanted to also greet everyone in chat. Hello. Alright, so she got crystallized. And I shot her afterwards, so that this animation is skipped basically, which went really well and I didn't get hit. Then I picked her treasure up basically, and I'm ready to go and continue the run.
We have a co-commentator.
Yes. Right there I got the first upgrade for the pistol, and I combined it with the pistol basically to make a little bit more damage, which will be essential for the next bosses. Right, overall, the first boss fight went really well. Like,
that was
nothing hit me.
Super fast. Oh my gosh, that was so fast.
Right here, I will. Yes.
I remember watching people practice like these boss fights when this game first came out on Village of Shadows, and that boss being like a huge pain point for a lot of them, yes. And that was super impressive.
Thank you. This game went through a lot in terms of routing and also in terms of speedrunning. Shout out to Distortion and Spice at that point.
Yeah.
Because they are basically like the founding fathers of this category. Right here I just shot some items to actually pick up other items. Everyone is searching Ethan right now. And Alkina Dimitrescu is a little bit oblivious to doors opening next to her, which is totally fine because I would not want to fight her right now. And then the second puzzle is going up in just a moment.
What have you done to my daughter?
Nothing. Alright, so I'm basically turning those statues in a certain way so that this pool is drained. And then in this time I can also grab another item, and this is also a small optimization. I'm basically pausing the game while something is happening to load in the items a little bit faster. Then I can just unpause and continue the run, which is going to be extremely handy in some cases. Alright, so I was in the basement once. I got out of there, and now I'm in the basement again. And like I said, this will be a very common theme in this game. So my current objective is also to get out of the basement again. To do that, I have to dodge some ghouls here. There we go, and I'm also basically shooting them to push their hitboxes down into the water again, so that I can basically walk on top of them. And right now I swapped the FPS from 120 to 30 to make the hitboxes of the enemies and also of myself a little bit smaller, so that I can also squeeze by this enemy a little bit easier. I'll utilize this trick during the speedrun a few times. Alright, so we're out of the basement again. And are searching for Rose. There's a cutscene that I will skip right about here, where Lady Dimitrescu is basically calling Mother Miranda and telling her, okay, so Ethan is still alive, somehow. He somehow also killed my daughter. What do I have to do? And she is like, no, just leave him, this is fine. And she's like, okay, sure, but she found him and threw us into the basement again for the third time, and our next objective is, who would have guessed, escape the basement or the dungeon. In order to do that, I will do this. I pulled this lever, I will reset this checkpoint so that the gates are opened, and then I can just sprint through. And also, in case somebody or nobody has watched Resident Evil 7, the speedrun, Ethan's hands or left hand got sliced away, right? And in this game, it's going to be basically the same, but not for the left hand, but the right hand. And since we only have one hand, we have to first pick up our other hand, which is totally fine in this game. Then I will dodge some attacks, and also wait until Lady Dimitrescu attacks me, which went really well. She is busy right over there, then I can just sprint here. The school stood up a little bit too fast, but this is fine. So with one hand I opened this door, and with the other hand, or with the same hand, I will pick up this mask, and I will basically regenerate and put my hand on the arm. And the reason why we're collecting this those masks is because the whole castle is basically in lockdown mode, and to open the lockdown or to unlock the castle, I have to insert 4 masks, and this one was the first of them.
One of my favorite scenes, and like one of the best scenes in all of gaming, is this juice that helps him heal. Also, like, reattaches his jacket as well.
Yes, exactly.
So good. So funny, dude. Love it.
Okay, so right here, I will just hope that nobody will hit me. This is fine, this was just a single hit. If I got 2 hits, I would have died. Whenever I get hit by anything and anyone, I'm at 1 HP. There's a one-shot protection, basically, that will make me drop to 1 HP, and then if somebody else just breathes at me, I will just die. And here comes this puzzle where I have to play the piano. I think it's the Nightingale. Yeah, very fancy riddle. You just have to press some buttons. Alright, so this key is spawning in. I picked it up. And now I will go to the second mini-boss, which is going to be Daniela Dimitrescu. She's a little bit more precise than Bella Dimitrescu, so I will focus a little bit more on that, or during this boss fight. And what I basically will do is force certain attack patterns, and while she does them, I will shoot her.
So mean! You really want to kill me? Why are you doing
Okay, this should have not happened, but this happened. Sure. Okay, so usually what she does is not punch me there, but she would basically... Oh my god. Basically just stand there and try to attack me in this way. But Okay, this is what I was talking about. I didn't have enough time to heal up, and then she basically killed me there. So I have to restart really quick. A little bit unfortunate, but it can... I see what you did there.
Yeah.
It can happen sometimes. I assumed that I was standing like a pixel too far away, and then she just thought to herself, yeah, no, he's too far away, I can just leave him. Again, sure, okay.
Why are you doing this?
So I have to shoot her here once, then let the colt in again, so that the blood flies that are surrounding her are basically detaching from her torso or body, and then I can shoot her again. Okay, this is a little bit unfortunate. Okay, I have to heal really quick. There we go. Hey, first try almost. Hey.
Nice. Nice.
Okay, just because I don't have a lot of money, I will shoot her and then pick up the treasure right over here. Usually you can just skip it just because you have enough.
So I assume, like, out of the many things that happen on the higher difficulty levels, the enemies deal probably a lot more damage than normal.
Yes. Yes. Everything and everybody is basically like a one-shot. It can one-shot you. So even if a ghoul hits me, I'm at one shot. And if another ghoul hits me, for example, then I'm basically dead. And you can block some damage by pressing the space bar, but it's still a lot of damage that is being dealt to you.
Yeah.
Right, so the third mini-boss is coming up, which is Daniela. Oops. And I have a lot of shotgun shells from the previous fight, so I will utilize that.
I was worried my sister had gotten.
Cassandra is a little bit more aggressive, so she will have also certain attack patterns that are a little bit more difficult to dodge, and also there's a lot less room to dodge and run around. But she is also pretty nice right now. Okay. I'm basically dancing around those crates so that she will do a certain attack pattern, and then I can just shoot her. I'll stand in this corner so that she stumbles towards me. Then I can pick up those two items. I will get this mounted skull out of there. Then I will wait just until she crystallizes. Then I can do this, reset the checkpoint. Then the gates are opened. Her treasure is right next to the door. I can pick it up and just run out.
Well done.
All right, so this skull that we picked up, we have to insert here to open those gates, and then we can escape. All right, so we killed 3 mini-bosses. And Lady Dimitrescu is not very happy about it. So she's hunting us around the castle. There are some safe rooms, but yeah, we don't have time to hide. We just are gonna pick up some items and then try to leave as fast as possible. So we also picked up 3 masks out of 4. The next one is going to be on the roof. And at this...
Would this be a good time to read some announcements, Alex? Or
yes, actually, yes.
Okay. All right. So if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord and Twitch chat for an invite and more info. Also, if you want to catch up on past hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons, you can go over to youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ and I'm going to send it right back to you, Alex.
Thank you. So in the meantime, I was just running around dodging some attacks, and I picked also up the best gun in the game, basically. That is the sniper rifle, and I will upgrade to its full potential, basically. At the Duke, I will swap my FPS right here to squeeze by those flying ghouls a little bit easier, and then I swap it back to 120. Alright, so right now I'll just hope that the ghoul right here will not... Okay, that's a crazy amount of ghouls, sure. But nobody hit me. It doesn't really matter if I shoot my sniper rifle right now, just because I will purchase an upgrade to extend my magazine size. And the Duke is kind enough to just give me a full magazine. So I can also just shoot one more time, it's not gonna matter. Alright, so right here I will dodge the attack of Lady Dimitrescu. And again, I will swap my FPS from 120 to 30. It is also possible to do it on 120 FPS, but I feel like it's a lot less consistent. Okay, she's chasing me around. I will make her despawn and respawn again, but she is not aggroed. She heard my footstep and now she is hunting me again. In the meantime, I'll just insert all of the masks, unlock the castle again, and then go back to the Duke, where I will sell all of this stuff right here. Upgrade my sniper rifle as well as my shotgun to give it a full magazine, and also buy this and also some healing potion because of why not. I bought a recipe to also craft sniper ammunition, which will be very handy because I don't have some spare ones. Alright, otherwise I'm pretty set up for the first main boss of the game, which is going to be Lady Dimitrescu. So I'm walking into this chapel, to this coffin, and I will pick up this ceremonial dagger. There's a lot of lore behind it, which will be basically skipped. But what I'm doing is I will stab Lady Dimitrescu once with it, and she will reveal her true self, basically. And she is still angry at us that we killed her daughters. So we have to fight her right now. And this boss fight is also very precise, because certain attack patterns will literally one-shot me. So I have to dodge them while also maximizing, while also trying to maximize my damage onto her.
Such a cool looking boss.
Right, yeah.
I love the design.
There are some stages. This was sort of the first stage. Now the actual boss fight is about to start, where she will hunt me around again. But this time she will be a little bit more aggressive. I got hit by the bloodflies on purpose, so that... I want to craft this right here. Now the difficult part comes up, where I have to maximize my damage output from the sniper rifle as well as from the shotgun, so that she stays on this wall for as long as possible, just because I don't have any cover against the bloodflies, and I have to keep her right here. I will talk in just a moment more about it. Awesome. Okay, so this was basically a one cycle, so she was only one cycle on this tower here. I will shoot her once to skip some dialogue. And now she will hunt me throughout this second tower, which is the second stage of this boss fight. There are no bloodflies around, so it is basically safe to fight her. I have to deal a certain amount of damage so that I can I actually fight her. There's an HP check at 3000 HP, and I am a little bit far away from it, so I have to shoot her first with a pistol, and then utilize my shotgun. I will basically bait an attack on the left side of the tower. She will charge it, and while she charges, I will shoot her from the right side. It is not difficult, it's rather unintuitive at first, because you would assume, yeah, she is charging an attack, so she will also turn eventually, but she never does it. And this was Lady Dimitrescu, which went really well, actually.
Awesome. Very impressive. I love like shooting based like speedruns. Like it's kind of like scripted, so it's not like you're doing any like crazy like multiplayer shots, but it always looks so impressive, like the aiming and the shooting speedruns.
Eventually you get the hang of it, but until that point, especially for this game, I feel like it takes many hours of constant repetition. For example, for Lady Dimitrescu, I practiced like 30 or 40 hours just that boss fight to get the hang of it, and this is for every boss fight in the game.
So how consistent are like all of those shots that you're taking though? Are they like kind of like from the same spot every time? Or are you having to do any like
I don't have to do a lot of micro adjustments. It is just some small ones occasionally, but otherwise they are pretty consistent. But if you're walking away for like a pixel or just a few inches away, she will do a different attack pattern, and then you have to adjust. But fighting that adjusted boss fight basically is even more difficult, so it has to be very specific.
So it's consistent, but very specific things you have to do.
Basically, yes.
Gotcha.
I picked up a key from this ominous and shady-looking lady, and this is a key to unlock all of the gates towards the next lords. So Lady Dimitrescu was the first lord, and also before we got the key, I picked up a flask with a weird substance in it that was yellow. Insert joke right here, please.
Is it Dark Souls?
Maybe.
Sounds a lot like Dark Souls.
Yes, actually, yes. And Ethan can't read apparently, so he has to ask the Duke to read it out for him. And the Duke is telling Ethan, okay, you found your daughter, or a piece of your daughter. Ethan found the head of his daughter. And I have to search for other parts in order to reanimate her. And it sounds very weird. It is very weird, and the deep lore is even weirder. But I just don't think about it. Like it is fun as it is, right? So yeah. Right here, I will shoot this lock from there to unlock this shed, and then I can just run out. And this saves like 2 minutes and a lot of nerfs, because if you're doing the intended route, then there are some enemies, as in a few lichens, a few large lichens, and it is basically impossible to fight them with the amount of ammo that you have, on this difficulty at least. So you just basically make it a little bit easier by shooting a gate open. There's lichen right behind me. This was intended, of course. This was a warning shot, but he didn't take the warning shot, so he got the second one. There's this lock here. In order to get the right combination, you have to look out of the window, and out of the window there's a jump scare. I think some of the people who play through this casually know what I'm talking about.
I know that.
So lichens spawned in out of the blue. They're charging me, and I hope that the second one is not gonna hit me. Okay, this is pretty good. Okay, this is actually very good, because if I died there, I would have need to rerun this whole section up until this tractor again. And it's a huge time loss. This guy just turned around. I didn't want him to turn around there, just because he would have punched me otherwise. Right here, Duke told me that the second part of the key to upgrade my key, basically to unlock more areas, is in this building. And I have to stand right here, look at this guy menacingly, of course. Then I can pick this up, this key upgrade basically. Now, my key or Ethan's key has 4 wings, and this unlocks the next section, which is going to be Donna Beneviento's. Donna Beneviento is a very unique boss fight, I would say, just because you don't fight her with weapons like pistols, grenades, and whatnot, but with a pair of scissors, as weird as it sounds. And right there, I skipped an animation that took like 5 seconds, and you cannot skip it unless you run this whole section that I just ran like for a few minutes once. So the game basically remembers, okay, the runner already knows where to go, so this cutscene is skippable. Otherwise, you would need to wait until he explains some stuff, and then you can continue on to Donna Beneviento's mansion. And right here, there's a weird-looking fog. And the reason is Donna Beneviento doesn't have super cool powers like Heisenberg, he's a metal bender, or Alkina Dimitrescu. She has a neurotoxin that will make all of the people that enter this area go insane. And she achieves that by living the people through their worst nightmares. In case of Ethan, it's Mia leaving him and also grieving about the death of Rose, as well as Rose being a giant mutated baby, like in Resident Evil 7, some of the enemies. And yeah, there's just some foreshadowing until Donna Beneviento. And just like in Counter-Strike, I like to imagine that I can run here a little bit faster with my knife out.
Run faster with the knife.
Yeah, of course. It has nothing to do with just Ethan being slow. No. So this door is a high security door. You don't need a key, you just need a picture of your family and the door will just open.
Interesting security.
Yeah. Okay, we have a very fancy elevator right in front of us. And this elevator actually can communicate with us by first going dark, like this, and then it will tell Ethan, come with me, Ethan. Okay, sure, but Ethan can't read, so he will not follow. Right here, I'm just waiting until the elevator is up. Nothing really fancy happens. Since not even half an hour ago, I found out that it is possible to make the elevator loop by standing in a corner and just don't think about the elevator ride. And it can softlock the game in a weird way to a point where it will just reset its position downstairs and then go up again. And it is super weird. I've never seen that, but hey, this time it worked. Okay, so Donna Beneviento, this is her mansion. She has a very strict rule of nobody is allowed to run around in the house. But Ethan says, okay, sure, goes out by 1 step, and then he can just sprint inside. And the intended speed is this. There's a random speed check somewhere around here, and it is unskippable as far as we know, at least. Lore-wise, he wanted to run the mansion, has tried to search for Rose. Rose was nowhere found. And Ethan thinks, okay, surely she is in the basement again, right? So we're in the basement again and are going to try to escape it for the 4th or 5th time by now. But we're going to do it in a certain way. Donna Beneviento already expected Ethan and set up a trap. So everything goes dark and Angie will basically take all of the guns and items from Ethan and he just doesn't notice. And then we don't have anything and she set up some traps, not really traps but rather riddles. We have to solve all of the riddles and then we are able to escape. So it's basically like an escape room but in a Resident Evil way. There you go. This is the day of Ethan's and Mia's marriage. And now I have to unlock or interact with this puppet that should resemble Mia to get items, and then I can use those items in some rooms, solve a riddle, and then I can continue by interacting with the puppet again, get another item, and so on and so forth. The first riddle is going to be this music box, where I have to reorder all of the pieces. There we go. This will play a tune, and then a pair of tweezers will just appear out of it. I'll take it, use it on the puppet. And continue afterwards. There are some pseudo jump scares here, like right about here. Spooky. Yeah, it is rather slower paced here, but it's also a nice change of pace, just because the castle was very hectic. This section is a lot more chill.
Would it be a good time to read a few more announcements?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So if you're curious what's coming up on Hotfix, make sure you check out the week schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. Also, Games Done Quick is going to be returning to PAX West from August 29th to September 1st. Make sure you submit your runs by July 27th for a chance to showcase your run live in Seattle. Selected runners will receive an event badge. So visit gdq.gg/submit for more info. And back to you, Alex.
Thank you. All right, so I just used the movie maker right over here to play a small film that is probably called The Ring, because we have to climb down a well somewhere in the basement, in another basement again, to get another key piece to unlock more areas. And this is also this pair of scissors that I was talking about, that I will use for the boss fight. If you happen to pick up that phone that rang behind me, either Mia can talk to you and blame you for everything that is happening, or she will just cry. But there's no time to talk with her, so we're just continuing with those puzzles. I will get this medallion out of the chest here, insert it here, and then walk down and visit Samara. Right, so first this riddle. Truth be told, I already forgot where you get the solution. It's somewhere like in the hand, I believe, and also in the eyes of the puppet. But yeah, if you repeat it like dozens of times, you just memorize what the solution is and not where to find it, just as the wedding date. I just learned about it like last week. You have to take off your wedding ring and then clean it, and then there's this date that you have, and then you can insert it onto the door. Right, so I talked about Mia, that one part of the nightmare is Mia leaving Ethan. The second part is Rose. And as you hear, this is Rose. And yeah, she's a little bit different than usual. She's a little bit bigger. She has grown really quick, like really, really quick. So I will first trigger her to move towards me. And I will not spoiler you guys how she looks like until a little bit later. So she's basically moving towards me. She freed up some space next to the elevator to escape this basement. So I'm moving around her. She is now in that first room with a puppet. This gives me a little bit of time to go to the elevator, interact with it. And I cannot call it just because in the fuse box right over here, there is this relief. Now I have to walk back, find a door with a relief, and then I will also show how Rose actually looks like. This is like this spooky part of the game, but yeah, it gets a little bit less spooky the more you play. So in a casual way, you would need Nightmare Baby. In a casual playthrough, you would need to hide beneath a bed, in closets and whatnot, to basically dodge her attacks, because she will literally just one-shot eat you. But this is very, very, very slow, and I will perform the so-called baby skip, where I will first trigger her. There you go. Then I will stand at this wall right over here, swap my FPS from 120 to 30 again, look at this corner, and wait until she does a certain animation where she lifts her arm, and then I can just walk past her. She will attack me. I don't care. I can just run past her. That's it. That's pretty cool. It is not FPS dependent as I thought, because you can also use or do this skip on 120 FPS. Funny story about it. So I thought it's impossible to do it on 120 FPS. I streamed it, I was practicing it, and eventually somebody told me, just try it on 120 FPS. I did, and it somehow worked, and yeah, so you can just do it on 120 just as fine. The only thing is you will lose exactly 0.1 seconds. That's it. So Baby Rose is very nice to me. She will wait kindly until this elevator door is open, then interact with it, and can leave the basement finally. Bye-bye, Rose.
That skip is fast.
Yeah, it saves like a few minutes. I'm not sure how many minutes. I think like 2 or 3. But it is a huge deal. There, whenever it was fun the first time, there were like a lot of variations. It is possible to hide in the kitchen behind a door, and whenever she walks into the kitchen, you can run out. Whenever it was fun, literally daily, there was a new variation. This one appeared to be the fastest. So out of the basement, we have to talk with Donna. She doesn't want to talk, so she basically sends Angie and all of her mold-infested puppets onto us, and they will try to kill us. So in order to defeat Donna and Angie, we have to interact with the puppet Angie 3 times. The first spawn is always right in this room upstairs. I'll basically say hello and just poke her just a tiny little bit with a pair of scissors.
Fucking monster.
Ethan language, my god.
This is so scary to me. This is like terrifying to me while playing this game.
The first time I was also scared just because I didn't know where the spawns were. I was just looking around.
Yeah.
There are some audio cues, but those audio cues are not like trustworthy just because she can also fake being somewhere. The second spawn is either right here or behind a closet right behind me. So I have to interact with her one more time. And that's going to be it. If you fail, so if you need more than roughly 15 seconds or something, then all of the puppets will attack you. And you can survive 2 hits, and then you will basically die and have to restart. 15 seconds is very generous if you know the spawns. So that's it. That was Donna Beneviento, and also Angie. So
this is like maybe the scariest part of the game, like this whole section of it.
I would say so, yes. Flashbang. Okay, so Angie was also part of Donna Beneviento, so we killed her, picked up another part of the key, and also part of Rose, and are ready to escape now.
Or Estus Blast.
Yes. So we're running faster again with the knife out, and we have to go back and unlock the next door. But first of all, we have to visit the speaking elevator and tell them goodbye. But he doesn't want to talk with us anymore. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. That's it. This elevator ride is unspectacular. But it gives you a little bit of time to just relax, take a breather.
It's nice to have some downtime in your speedruns,
Yeah.
you know, instead of being going full blast the whole time. Give it a little bit of a break.
Okay, that was a very long break. Right here, I'm just restarting this checkpoint to teleport myself a little bit further so that I have to walk a little bit less. This saves maybe a second, maybe 1.5 seconds, but I'm wasting 5 seconds or 6 seconds to restart the checkpoint, but it is absolutely worth it in LRT, but not so much in RTA.
Right.
Right here, I will shoot some crates open and hope that I will get some sniper rifle drops. And also pick up this cool looking shotgun, which is a lot better than the old one. Swap my FPS right here to 30 to squeeze by this ghoul or zombie, saving me less than 0.1 seconds actually, but it feels very fast. so I'm gonna take it. Okay, so this bridge is a little bit infamous, but with a few runners. So there used to be a few runners who were extremely unlucky. They were running this bridge and always got hit by one of the lichens. I've never gotten it in actual attempt, but there's a chance to get hit everywhere. And this ghoul is going to slow me down by 0.1 seconds. I don't want to lose that time, so I'm swapping my FPS around and then I can continue running. I will sell this pistol and also this shotgun because I found better weapons already. But first, before I do that, I will interact with this chalice by inserting more parts of Rose. And then it's shopping time with Duke.
Does this look familiar?
I will sell off the stuff that I don't need at first.
Find some quality ingredients and bring them.
That is the old pistol and also the old shotgun. Then I will upgrade the shotgun and also my sniper rifle. And as you notice, I'm leaving out the reload speed. The thing is, the reload speed isn't necessary at all because I'm canceling some animations in order to go faster. So it is basically a money waste if I upgrade the reload time.
Thank you for your patronage.
Alright, so I have more key parts. I am shortcutting all of my stuff. And next up, my favorite enemy of the game actually is coming up, which is a giant lichen puppy. This puppy is actually harmless because it will hit me a few times, but after some headpats, it's fine and it will leave me. So I can run into this building and pick up the grenade launcher. And the grenade launcher is going to be really, really handy. Not because it can shoot grenades, but also flashbangs, which will be useful a handful of times. Okay, so the giant puppy is right behind me, which is fine, but he isn't, or it isn't aggroed. Same as this one. I'm just waiting and listening to the cues, but they just didn't care at all this time, which is fascinating. At least one of them should chase me, but sure, cool. Alright, so the next main event or main boss fight is going to be Moreau. And Moreau is, I would say my favorite one, but not really much, just because he's, in my personal opinion, the most difficult boss fight to learn and to master, just because he is extremely precise. Like, every single pixel has to be perfect. If not, then he will just do some random stuff and kill you. So I have to watch out and pay attention where I'm standing all of the time. But in order to get to Moreau, I have to first walk to him. Obviously, yes, sure, but also interact with him. So first up, I will walk here, shoot a crystal from the ceiling right over here. There we go. I'm just checking my ammo. I didn't get any good or notable drops, so I would need to pay attention and maybe craft even more ammo. So I'm just snatching this part of Rose and try to run away, but he isn't very happy about it. Let's put it like that. So he will basically block some paths and make us run a certain direction where he will try to catch us. But he didn't expect Ethan to be that slick and good with his directions, so we will just basically make a workaround and get the boat key right over here. Use the boat and just try to escape. So first of all, those lichens are very nice to me. That is very nice. Some of them can be aggroed a little bit earlier, and then they will run up until this ladder, either block it or hit me while I'm walking up or climbing up the ladder, which didn't happen.
Yeah, I'll say, like, maybe it's just you've been getting lucky, but it doesn't seem like the random enemies in this game are causing you a lot of stress during this run.
No, right now not. If you just take your time a little bit more, then they will be a problem. Because if you're standing still for a second, they will catch up to you. But right now, if you just hold Shift W, it's going to be mostly fine. You can be a little bit unlucky here and there, but this is a rather rare case if that happens. So we have this boat. We would need to escape Moreau, but he is trying to catch us. And if we had a submarine, then we could have fought him right now, which wouldn't be that weird in this game, because later on we will use literally a tank with infinite ammo, but more on that later. So first of all, we are interacting with this cutscene. There's Chris and also his alpha team introduced, and they are basically trying to find Mother Miranda and her plans and understand what's going on actually and what the mold actually is. And Ethan is like, okay, you killed my wife, what the hell is happening? And Chris is like, don't worry about it. And Ethan is like, okay, sure, then I will just escape. And Chris understands that Ethan is a little bit more stubborn than the normal person, so he just lets him run off. The current objective is to fight Moreau because I cannot escape right now, and the only way to escape is through an underground passage that is filled with water. And first of all, I have to drain all of the water by transmitting the power of that windmill into this windmill, and then I have enough power to open the dam. And now this section is coming up, which is in a casual playthrough on this difficulty a little bit finicky just because you cannot stand still at any point here, just because Moreau will just jump out and eat you. But similar to those random enemies, if you just keep holding Shift W, nothing should happen. There's always a chance that you're unlucky, but this is extremely rare. I have to solve basically a parkour where I have to interact with some items to make some sort of bridge in order to escape. And also get to the second windmill.
Stinks.
I wouldn't worry about the smell actually. I would much rather just not like interact with this lever at all, but I mean it is what it is.
His hand has been a whole lot worse, honestly.
As somebody said during the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard speedrun by Captain Ezekiel, the hand is just tired by now, boss. And it was for the left hand, and the right hand has gone through a loss in this game as well. I'm triggering this attack right here from Moreau. He'll jump up and jump down again, then I'm safe to go. I'm checking what kinds of drops I can get. Money is pretty nice right now. Preferably I would get like sniper rounds, maybe some shotgun shells, or maybe even grenade launcher, but healing items are not welcome right now. And nice, I got some shotgun shells. So I'm lowering this second cart into the water, then I have a bridge, then I can cross it and continue. Low Moreau.
So, hardest boss fight in the game coming.
Yes.
Dang, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm ready.
In about a minute or something, like
Yeah.
minutes maybe. Right now I just have to escape and dodge all of the attacks from Moreau, which are rather harmless right now. Oops. More ladder climbing. Like everything has to be tall in this game. It's either a lot of or long elevator rides or long ladder climbs. Everything has to be so big here. Right here I interacted with this crank first, then I interacted with another ladder, and Ethan found out that the ladder is not there right now, so I have to utilize the same crank that I picked up a second ago to stop the windmill, and then I can climb up this ladder. And I was mentioning that Ethan has a lot of plot armor in this game, and it shows here as well, where he will basically use the zipline. Moreau sees him, will try to eat him, but it doesn't work. Right, so I stopped the first windmill, then I'm activating the second one, and now I have enough power to open the dam. another checkpoint reset right over here to teleport myself, so that I have to walk a lot less.
Okay.
There we go. There's another puzzle coming up, but since I know the solution, I will just type in it like this, and that's it. On the right side, there's this diagram, and you have to match the colors to this diagram. That's it. So the dam is open, and Moreau was basically invulnerable in his water, but now that there's no water, he can be damaged. And like I said, this boss fight is extremely precise. So I will focus and talk afterwards what happened there. Just checking really quick if I have everything reloaded. Thank you. Okay.
Guess I gotta do this.
I'm swapping my FPS really quick to squeeze by him a little bit easier. Nice. Okay, swapping back so that he continues his usual cycle. There we go. It exploded right next to me. Okay, this never happens. Okay, sure. I should be pretty good on damage right now, but I have to heal up really quick. Okay, I should be fine. I'm basically shooting him at a sort of weak spot where I deal a consistent amount of damage, that is 170. I have to do this. Place down some mines, and since I'm standing on top of the mines, they won't do anything on me, but they will damage Moreau.
That's a lot of mines.
Yeah, 9 mines, and I collected a lot of spare parts throughout the whole speedrun, up until now, just for this exact boss fight. Nice. I have to shoot him a few more times, and that was Moreau.
Wow.
Very nice.
Wow, that was awesome.
In death as he was.
Okay, I panicked there a little bit whenever the pipe bomb just landed next to me, but hey, it worked out. Nice. And coming up, there's also going to be a scheduled break, right?
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, get to where you want to pause for the upcoming break, Alex. Just let me know.
Yes, so first of all, I picked up a key, then I interacted with the TV. Ethan yelled at the TV, and I skipped this cutscene, and I will be waiting here until the elevator is up, and then also the break should end.
Okay. All right. Well, we are going to go to break just for a few minutes. So if you guys want to go and take care of yourself and get a snack, use the bathroom, stretch your legs, we'll be right back to continue the rest of the run. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, y'all. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Village of Shadows Resident Evil 7 Village speedrun by Alex Meister. Alex, you want to go ahead and take it away for us and count us back in?
Yes, so the speedrun will continue in 3, 2, 1, and go. And during this break, we are finally upstairs. And right now the speedrun continues as following. Usually there's this optional spot or area right here where you get the Wolfbane or the Magnum of the game, which is an insanely powerful pistol, or rather revolver. It is an optional area, but in this speedrun it is absolutely mandatory to have it for 2 main bosses. So we'll quickly get it. First of all, we'll shoot this crow and rob off its money. Okay, pretty good. And then pick up some more ammo here, which is going to be very, very helpful. One explosive round is actually very good. I'm happy about that. There are some flying ghouls around here, but they are mostly harmless.
So how much like can you time potentially lose by just like enemy drops? Yeah.
At the beginning,
like a real threat.
Not really much actually. Since you're basically avoiding a lot of the enemies, you're not relying on enemy drops. It's more like the drops of the area, so crows, for example, or crates, something like this. If you have really bad RNG and you just get pistol ammo after pistol ammo, then the run will just die. Just because you just need some sort of additional ammo at some point of time. By the way, so Heisenberg wants to help Ethan just a tiny little bit. In order to find Rose's final part, he set up some small clues here and there in order so that Ethan actually knows the direction to Urias, who's basically the chief of the Lycans. And as you see, those subtle hints help Ethan out. Okay, there's a goat, there's a second goat, but they're nice. They cannot kill you, by the way. They just give you a pat on the back, basically, and wish you good luck on the run. And right here, I'm gonna skip a boss. I will, instead of walking to the left, I will just go to the right, and that's it. Bam. Now I'm just looking for some items. This area is basically filled with Lycans, and if I kill one, more than one will respawn, so it is very important to not kill anyone, but rather just stagger them and just walk past them. Right now I have a lot of free time to just run around, even though there are a bajillion Lycans behind me. That shot was actually incredibly close. Like, I have no clue how I didn't get hit, but sure. Interesting. Right, so I will pick up this and this, wait until more Lycans are around the corner. I will not kill them. This explosion did not kill them. They are basically almost at 1 HP. And they will not follow up the ladder just now. Shoot this one down so that he doesn't shoot me while I'm upstairs. Everything is perfectly fine. There's a Lycan actually behind me. I hope that he doesn't hit me. Very nice. Okay, I'm gonna shoot this guy once. There might be another Lycan at the top. Nope. Also very, very good. Get more drops. Okay. I have a very good amount of ammo for everything, so I'm also ready for the next main boss, which will come up in roughly a minute, or rather 2 minutes. So all of the Lycans behind me despawned, giving me a little bit of time to loot some items, and then I will do a checkpoint restart right over here. The reason is not to teleport myself or anything, just to delay the spawns and make them as consistent as possible. There are a lot of Lycans here. I think you have to kill like 20 or 30 of them in a casual playthrough if you want to proceed in a casual way. But I don't have the ammo nor the time to kill them, so I'm just gonna run past all of them. And the plot armor just protects Ethan from being jumped on by any of those Lycans right here. More ammo. Now I just wait until they spawn. One guy just didn't spawn, also fantastic. Cool. Pick up more ammo and then I can go to the next boss area. This boss is also pretty precise, in my opinion, less precise than Moreau, but you have to always keep shooting his head, because if you shoot his torso, his hammer or whatever, there's not going to be enough damage to stagger him, and then whenever he's not staggered, he will spawn a ton of ads or lichens, and then you have to deal with them, and this is extremely suboptimal because dealing with additional lichens while fighting Urias or a boss is very difficult. Alright, so I'm gonna pick up some more items, some ammunition, check that everything is reloaded, and I'm set for the next main boss fight, which is Urias. Like I said, only headshots, nothing else counts. First a grenade launcher up here, 2 quick headshots, reload, and then I will just swap from my sniper to my magnum and always keep shooting with the head. If I just miss one single bullet, I have to restart. There we go, he's staggered, he doesn't spawn in additional ads, so this was the perfect case scenario. Then I wait until he swings his hammer, jumps down, then I can just stand in this corner, and then he will always pick up this pillar and try to throw it at me. I'm giving him enough time to pick up more items and just dodge this attack. I have to stand a little bit closer to him so that he will do a certain animation, like this. Oh, I didn't reload. This is fine. And now I just hope that this is gonna go fine. This is fine. Yep, this is fine. This is not fine. Nice. Hey, this was fine.
It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah,
No danger.
we were perfectly fine. Everything
cool.
was planned. Everything was calculated. Perfect. Clean. Okay, so that was Urias. Very smooth boss fight. I have the final piece of Rose right now, and now I can insert all of the pieces of Rose into this chalice, and then I can make a run for it and start the reanimation process of Rose. And then there was also another cutscene where Ethan was screaming at or yelling at the TV or at TV Heisenberg for tricking him into another boss fight, even though he said, "This is going to be fine, trust me, bro." As it turned out, he shouldn't trust this bro. Now we're just moving on to Heisenberg's factory. Just reloading my stuff really quick. I'm just also checking the amount of ammo that I have, which is very, very good right now. So those additional drops were very helpful. Alright, so we have to walk back. Hello, goat. Nice. Right. Nothing really fancy happens right now. All I have to do is keep holding Shift W. Interact with this chalice right now. And so as you see in the middle, there's this umbrella logo. And as a matter of fact, this is not really the umbrella logo, but it is Oswald, who was actually here before everything. Like, I don't know, 50 or 60 years ago, before the events of this game. And he was a student of Mother Miranda because he wanted to develop those bioweapons, and eventually he founded the Umbrella Corporation. And meanwhile, Mother Miranda was already like 100 years old because she experimented with this local mold and made herself basically invulnerable, and also have, I don't know what she did. Like, basically she has like this anti-aging cream or something that she uses, and then she can just survive for hundreds of years. And the reason why she's doing all of this is because of her daughter Eva, who died during the Spanish plague in the early 1900s. And eventually she got a little bit too hardcore for Oswald, then he left, founded the Umbrella Corporation, and then everything is history. Right now, I'm just freeing my inventory up from the sniper from the pistol ammo that I have, and also craft 6 flashbangs, which I will use later in the factory.
Would this be a good time to read some announcements, Alex?
Yes, perfect time actually. Yes.
Okay. All right. So our Hotfix summer merch collection is live. If you're a Hotfix fan, make sure to head over to theyeti.com/GDQ to check out our brand new Hotfix shirt, keychain, and sticker pack. Also, Black in a Flash is a community that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black voices in the speedrunning scene. You can learn more or apply to get involved at gdq.gg/BAF and follow at blackandaflash.bsky.social on Blue Sky for the latest updates. And back to you, Alex.
Thank you. All right, so we entered the factory, and so there are some negotiations going on between Heisenberg and also Ethan. They didn't go well. Ethan got hit on the head and then thrown down a basement again, this time of the factory. And the only logical solution is to go further down the basement to actually escape the basement and then escape the second basement. Well... So after this exciting part, I really hope for good RNG right now, because there's a ledge that has to be climbed, but this ledge, yeah, it just doesn't work sometimes, so I have to walk back and then I can climb this ledge. Nice. Sometimes it's a huge time save whenever it works perfectly fine, and sometimes you can stand and try it for like, I'm not kidding, 5 minutes or something, and then just try to walk up this ledge. But this time Ethan was pretty nice and did it on the second attempt.
Actual flashbang. Gosh.
Some sniper rifle ammo, which is very nice. Just checking my ammo count. Very good. Okay, so we're in the basement of a huge factory and we have to escape it. And it is somewhat similar to Donna Beneviento's escape room. We are basically escaping the factory, but this time we are not equipped with a pair of scissors, but instead with our actual guns. Right, so first of all, I have to find some molds, use them on a crucible, and then I can craft some items and then unlock more doors, unlock more areas, and then I can keep on going. I swapped my FPS there again from 120 to 30 to squeeze by those enemies a little bit easier. It is also possible to do it on 120, there's no problem with that. I just feel more consistent doing this, even though they're pretty nice there. Okay, I'm shooting some crates open. So this is the crucible. And then first I have to find the mold. And also, those enemies right here, they are not zombie 1, 2, 3, but actually they have German names. For example, those ghouls or zombies are called soldiers, so Soldat, or Panzersoldat, stuff like this. So that's also a very nice feature, I think. Also, Karl Heisenberg does sound a little bit German to me, but that's just me.
It's also Soldat.
Oh, true.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm walking behind this corner, and then this aggroed enemy just forgets about Ethan and just resets itself. So I can walk back, pick up this relief, and start it right over here. And just run away. Shoot this zombie in the head, and then utilize this lockpick that I saved this entire run to open a specific drawer. And this drawer is very important because I will get magnum ammo. And this part is, for me, the scariest part of the speedrun, because those gears can put me at 1 HP, and since there are some ghouls around me, they will kill me if I stand somewhere for a little bit too long. And this worked out perfectly fine. Very nice. I'm very happy about that. Okay, and now I just have to keep on running through the whole factory, find more molds, craft the items, interact with some doors, and then eventually leave this factory basement. Okay, I'm unlocking this door for later. Handgun ammo, sure, why not? And I'm always pausing a little bit and then unpausing just to load in those items a little bit faster. Over the whole run, it saves, I would say, easily like half a minute or something. If you're doing it consistently, of course. If you're forgetting it once or twice, this is fine. But otherwise, it's very, very nice to use. I'm running around the corner to de-aggro the one enemy. If he forgets about me, then I can just run up to here. Pause buffer a tiny little bit to load in the item a little bit faster, and nice. And the enemy didn't attack me. There you go. Then the power is up. And then I can call the elevator and leave this basement. Before I do that, I'm gonna pick up some items here and there. Pause buffering so that I can pick up the item behind the opening gates.
Such a disappointment.
Reloading the grenade launcher to explosive rounds again so that I can just one-shot open those doors. Since I have a very limited amount of time to actually take care of them. Swapping the FPS here to not only speed by those enemies, but also not get hit by the one zombie behind me. Then I can swap back and then continue running.
Took us to be her children.
So years of playing O's and aim labs and whatnot made my aim a little bit better, but it made my aim to a point where I'm always hitting the 1 pixel thick railing and wasting one grenade launcher shot, so I'm always taking a little bit more time with that. But otherwise you could have also just stand there and shoot it up here and then it would have been fine. There we go, we picked up this treasure and then we can continue. Yes, sure.
Very, I was saying very impressive miss. Hitting the 1 pixel.
Oh. Nice. Okay, so Sturm, which is going to be the next mini-boss, is right behind me. The zombies are cooperative. Very nice. He's basically drilling them, tearing them apart, and I don't care about it. I'm just gonna run away from him. Sturm is also a reference to a very old horror movie antagonist, which was, I think, called Propellerhead or something. But it is a very nice reference. Right, so right now I'm just searching for the key to escape. It is somewhere in the deeper levels of the factory basement. So I'm walking towards that area. Or drops. There are some hidden drops which are very handy, but it takes a little bit of time to get them. So in this speedrun you can skip them. Right there, there's some ammo as well as some healing items. But the most mandatory ones are on the way to out of this section here.
I don't give a shit about your family drama.
Yeah, so Heisenberg tries to explain his reasoning why he wants to use Rose. His idea is basically to weaponize Rose and to kill Mother Miranda and set the village free, as he says. All of that is basically a lie just because he wants to gain power himself. The reason why he is so different than the others are very obedient. They are taking Mother Miranda's word for everything, but Heisenberg is a little bit different, just because all of those experiments that were done on the locals, so on the lords, they lost their memory basically after those experiments, but he didn't, and he holds a very deep grudge against Mother Miranda just because he misses his family and his earlier life, which Mother Miranda basically took from him. So he wants to fight her and revenge himself, basically, which is to a certain degree true. But whenever he found out that he is a cool metal bender, he will try to basically take over the control of not only the village but also the local areas. And he wants to achieve that by killing Mother Miranda first, and then eventually weaponize Rose even further to gain control over the country. I was flying a little bit in the air. It is possible to shoot this giant fan, or this red dot in the middle of the giant fan earlier, but then you would need to run a little bit more, which takes also a little bit of time, or more time than actually just flying towards it. But there's a certain risk that you take by shooting it later, because the fan or the speed of Ethan is accelerating, so eventually you will be very, very fast and will fly into the fan, and then you have to reset the checkpoint. So there's a middle ground where you shoot it a little bit earlier, but I felt a little bit more risk-taking there and just shot it way later than I was planned. That I planned.
She'll start her ceremony with your
Okay, so I'm just checking my ammo. Everything is good and set up.
If that happens, it's all over.
In the background, Heisenberg is
That's for the whole village.
yapping again.
But don't worry.
But Ethan.
This is a good time to read one more announcement.
Miranda.
Yes. I'm gonna just show the key mold and then show the room, and afterwards it's a perfect time. Yes.
Okay.
So I picked up a key mold, and then I will interact with the Crucible for a final time, and then I can use the found key or the crafted key on this door. But until then, there's quite some time. Yeah.
Okay, so Frame Fatales, GDQ's all-women and femme speedrunning community, is preparing for its next event, Flame Fatales, running from September 7th to the 14th. The schedule is now live at gamesdonequick.com/schedule/58. Type !FF in the chat for more information on how to join the Discord and stay up to date with all things Frame Fatales. And that's all for today for the announcements. Back to you. Back to you.
So I was wondering where the elevator was. I thought to myself, maybe it's stuck somehow in a loop. But luckily it didn't. It was stuck for like a just short period of time. But none of that really matters right now. I have selected the explosive rounds and the grenade launcher here to get rid of those two guys. They're chilling right now, and then there is this Panzersoldat. I'll just shoot him, stun him, run past him. He is still aggroed onto me, even though I'm passing this one wonder ledge here. I'll dodge an attack by walking on the left side. Ducking here, crafting the key right here, and then the one drawer that I unlocked a few minutes ago. I will pick up the magnum ammo and I will do this skip. I walk into this wall and then crouch beneath and dodge an attack, and it went really well. That's very nice. I'm gonna wait for them to open the door. This is a new one actually. Okay. Okay, hold on.
Sketchy?
Just a little bit, but hey, it's fine. First try.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so usually this one flashbang stuns all of the enemies there, but this time it didn't. But sure. It's fine. Then there's this skip coming up where I need 30 FPS again. I will walk here, nice, and then I will shoot and flashbang this guy, and then squeeze by him. There we go. This trick literally works only on 120 FPS, and it saves an enormous amount of time as well as ammo. All right, so I'm gonna ride up the elevator again. I'm basically wasting all of my pistol ammo, but this is fine. I'm gonna sell it, and I keep a full magazine inside to increase its value to Duke. And the ammo, since I don't have any ammo, it's not clogging up my inventory. So this is also fine. I have one flashbang, which is helpful, but I will need one more later. First of all, I will sell this, upgrade my magnum once.
They call the beauty of the grotesque.
And just for safety, I will also purchase some shotgun shells against another boss fight. So I got the key right here. I will shortcut. There you go. The Magnum. Everything is reloaded, everything is nice. Okay, I will fight Storm, and he's the second last boss fight of the factory. I will shoot it on the floor. He is bamboozled and doesn't know where I am. We'll attack a wall, and meanwhile I'll use the Magnum and shoot his back, his weak spot basically. He will turn around, attack me. I will shoot it again. Oh, I missed once and I'm dead. Okay, that happened. Which is still fine. If you miss a single bullet again, then you have to restart. It's fine. Second attempt. Okay, I was wondering, is he stuck? No, he isn't. He was just turning around. I'll wait for him a little bit. There we go. This was Sturm.
Nice.
Hey, first try again.
Yeah.
Almost. Hey, I'm gonna push him a little bit closer to the end right here and pick up his treasure, so that I can escape the factory. Hopefully, very soon. But there's a certain plot twist, which I will cover in just a moment. So first of all, I'm gonna have to interact with this bridge or this crane or whatever this is to up myself a little bit, and then I can walk out, technically. Surely this is the last time Ethan was thrown down into the basement and he has to escape, right? Well, no, the cutscene that I'm skipping is Heisenberg actually throwing him into the basement again. So we have to get out of there again. And we do so by just interacting with those items right here. And I met Chris. Chris built a giant tank, like I said earlier, out of scrap metal and bullets and whatnot. And he's discussing with Ethan, okay, I'm gonna use the tank, or Chris says, okay, I'm gonna use the tank and you will just run away, right? Ethan says no. Ethan is very, very stubborn. He says a few times no. And Chris is like, all right, here are the keys and have fun fighting Heisenberg. And on a note right here, this boss fight is extremely loud, so make sure to lower the volume just a little bit to not be blessed by the volume of the tank and also Heisenberg. Okay, so I'm shooting this door, swapping my FPS from 120 to 30 to save actually a few seconds here of animations. Then I'm here, the checkpoint is loaded in, I'm swapping back, and I will basically fight Heisenberg, but Heisenberg looked a little bit small. Well, yes, but he's a metal bender, so he made himself into a giant Decepticon. And now I'm shooting him in a tank with infinite amount of ammo, as well as rockets. Yes, we're still playing Resident Evil Village. This is not Armored Core 6 or something. The only time saves that you can actually do are with your aim. You have to shoot those weak spots from right to left. And then basically make sure that he is never in this special attack animation. And that's about it. I'm just standing relatively close to him so that I don't miss my rocket. And then I will just press W until I'm a little bit closer, keep on shooting. Yes. I'm gonna save the rockets for this. There we go. He still didn't do any special animation yet, which is very nice. It can save or lose you roughly 15 seconds each, and he has a few of those animations. Oh, that didn't work. This is not a special animation. Yeah, so far so good actually. But fighting him a little bit until this weak spot is done. Then I can shoot this to damage him a little bit better. This is a special animation. Alright, then I'm just driving my tank while shooting him. And this goes on for quite some time. There we go. And this first stage is almost over. There we go. And to put into numbers, so Lady Dimitrescu had a total of 9,000 HP. Moreau had almost 3 times the amount, so roughly 26,000 HP. And Heisenberg has 100,000 HP. It would be literally impossible to fight him with the usual weapons, so Capcom was kind enough to give us a tank. And this was the first stage, so he has 9,000 HP. Right now, I'll shoot him once with the tank. The tank is not broken, but it is in a bad shape, let's put it like that. And we have to continue fighting him on foot. And also, by the way, this is a Resident Evil 5 reference with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so onto the boss fight. I'm gonna stand here and stagger him. And that's it. All I have to do is holding S and tapping W while also shooting my shotgun. And the reason why I have only 1 shell in the shotgun is to increase the fire rate. It is actually faster to reload the shotgun than actually having 4 shells in the shotgun.
That's interesting.
So all I'm doing is holding S, tapping W, shooting, and he can't do anything. Just because I'm shooting his weak spot, he is getting staggered. Yeah, that's it. That was Heisenberg.
Nice.
I'm picking up some ammo that I'm gonna need for later. Also, hopefully this is the explosive, which is fine. I need 1 more. Can I get it? Nice. I'm gonna need 1 more flashbang, and I have to craft it later. Right, so Heisenberg uses his ultimate ability basically, which is pulling more scrap around him and then just basically shred everything. With Ethan's plot armor, the tank is conveniently placed next to him. He can shoot the weak spot and take care of Heisenberg. In a very epic cutscene here that is unfortunately not skippable.
This is a very epic Resident Evil game.
So far, yes, actually. If you compare it to Resident Evil 7, where everything was gloomy, dark, and spooky, this is quite action-heavy, I would say.
Yeah. It's got some good horror elements in the game, but I would say it's leaning in different directions, definitely.
Yeah. Right. So this cutscene is very interesting because Mia will just show up and but it's actually not Mia, it's Mother Miranda, and it turns out that Mother Miranda is actually a shapeshifter, and he was messing around with Ethan, and as a matter of fact, the one person that Chris killed in the intro that we skipped, it wasn't Mia, it was actually Mother Miranda, and she was infiltrating the home of Ethan to get to Rose, and Chris knew about it somehow, and just shot her, staggered her basically, and then tried to take care of her. But she woke up way earlier, and then she just killed everyone, took Rose, and ran away. So Chris, we're playing Chris right now, and his mission is to find the laboratory, and we have a small clue where it might be. It is there. So we have to get there. First of all, I will shoot this Lycan so that he will stand up later. Throw a grenade right here to take care of those Lycans. Another grenade right here. This guy didn't mind. Okay. This is fine. I'm gonna pick up some flashbangs, which I will use, and right here I will pause buffer so that the earthquake doesn't affect me. There you go. Also, shortcut flashbang here. There's another earthquake happening, and unfortunately it will actually destroy the home of the puppy that we had petted before Moreau's boss fight. And the puppy is right here, and it's not very happy about us. Chris is not very good with animals, so he's just gonna run away from it. Okay. I pause buffer there to have a certain sequence of dialogues. Sometimes the game mixes up some dialogues, and this just basically clears it up. I'm throwing some flashbangs, more flashbangs, and another grenade in front of me to take care of all of the lichens. Very nice. Then swap my FPS back. Then I can use my laser pointer to clear those branches or yeah, this huge moldy tree basically by shooting a giant predator missile onto it, and I have to repeat that 3 times. So number 1 was easy. There's a reload time on the laser, and I have to survive. And there are some lichens which are usually not a problem, just because Chris has also the coolest guns in the game right now. In New Game Plus, you can also get those guns for Ethan and run this whole game with them. So the second laser, it should go somewhere here so that it actually hits. Nice. Then I will stand right about here. Some enemies are spawning in, and as soon as the third one jumps down, I will throw a grenade up to stagger them. Then it can run around, make a circle, and then in this time the laser pointer is also reloaded. One more grenade. I have 2. This is fine. Okay, now lichens. Very good. I'm gonna throw a flash grenade right like this, and make sure that the laser is directed at me or at the object in front of me. And miraculously, Chris is made out of anti-predator mycelium or something, and he is not affected by anything. And now we're coming up to the second last boss. And this one is a little bit more random just because he has certain attack patterns that I have to adapt to. So I will also focus a little bit until his attack patterns are clear, and then I can talk about what actually happens. I have to deal a certain amount of damage first, and then he will proceed with his attacks right there. I hope that this was enough damage, which it was, which is very, very nice. So right now he has a certain attack pattern, which I can adapt to relatively easy. He's doing the jump attack, which is the easiest. I'm just gonna walk from left to right, shoot him in his back, which is the weak spot of him. And yeah. There we go.
I'll signal with the locator.
Oh. I still a little bit too close, but this is fine. I'm just gonna use the laser pointer, shoot him. He's staggered. Now I can just continue shooting him. Dodging his attacks. Oh,
The tanky boss.
yes, he is.
Very tanky.
He has almost the same amount of HP as Heisenberg, as insane as this sounds, but Chris has really cool weapons, so it is a little bit easier to take care of him. And that was Urias. Awesome, actually a very good boss fight. Since I'm good on money, I won't take his treasure and can continue.
I'll keep going. The rest of you,
As a matter of fact, I believe that this is also a gold split. Very nice. Okay, so lore-wise, Ethan is dead, or technically dead, and Chris is infiltrating the laboratory of Mother Miranda, and he finds this abomination. This is the Mega Mycete, and this is like the origin of everything. So of all of the Resident Evil games, if you want, and also of the mold that infected the Baker's family in Resident Evil 7. And he basically put up a small chip to locate this megamycete, and he will drop a nuke on it to get rid of it. But first of all, he has to collect some evidences that it is actually Mother Miranda that is responsible for all of that. And there's a lot of lore in this room. Like, I think there are like 30 pages or some. This is an exaggeration, but like many pages so that you can read through to understand the backstory of Mother Miranda. And in the cutscene that I just skipped, the real Mia appeared and told Chris that Ethan has even more plot armor than he or anyone else ever anticipated. So right now we're in Ethan's afterlife, and we will talk with the final boss of Resident Evil 7, that is Evelyn, and she will explain to us that Ethan is actually infected by the mold since Resident Evil 7. And he lived a normal life, and yeah, he's just a moldy boy, and he doesn't really need a heart to survive for the reason, for the simple reason of plot armor. So he's alive without a heart. This is fine. The Duke found him, picked him up, and Ethan is telling him, okay, thank you very much, but I need to fight Mother Miranda. And he's like, okay, sure. I'm gonna sell the shotgun as well as the Magnum and fully upgrade my sniper rifle and move on to the final boss fight of the game, which is going to be Mother Miranda. Just upgrading my sniper rifle and also buy ammo as well as some explosives. I haven't missed anything. I'm set up and I'm good. Okay.
Please, be well. Thanks.
All right, so I have a very good amount of bombs, mines, sniper ammo. I have to craft one more. There you go. I remembered. One more flashbang for Mother Miranda. And now comes the... During this boss fight, there will be a trick where I will basically disable the AI of Mother Miranda. This is, technically speaking, a glitch, but it is allowed by the rulebook, basically. The only thing that it does is basically stunning Mother Miranda on patch 1.1, so that I can have some free shots onto her. Okay, so this is like the final boss room. Mother Miranda has found out how to revive Eva, or rather Rose again, and Ethan wants to get his daughter back, and for that reason they are discussing their pros and cons, why they are the better parents, and hopefully Ethan has better arguments than Mother Miranda, but first of all I have to survive those attacks, and I have to shoot her dress just because its hitbox is a little bit larger, and if I hit the wings instead of her body or dress, she will she will receive more damage. Like this. Okay, so buck, bam, AI is disabled. I can just shoot her.
Cool. Interesting.
And I'm increasing the fire rate just a tiny little bit by zooming out of the sniper and zooming in. I'm gonna reload the grenade launcher and shoot her. And now another technical glitch comes up where I will just shoot air, and this deals or will hit Mother Miranda for some reason. And there we go. In this phase I will place down 3 mines on the floor, stand on top of them so that they don't affect me. There we go. Shoot her 3 times right now, and then place down 5 mines, shoot her 5 times. Oh, this didn't work because I think I hit her wings. So I will not be able to one-cycle her, which is fine. So she will go through another animation. And for that reason, I have also saved up some pipe bombs. So in the best case, I would have just thrown down the pipe bombs on their feet. But since I hit her wings a few times, I have to shoot it like this, then wait until her animation is over, and not die ideally.
She's my goddamn daughter. You psycho.
Okay, anytime now. There we go. Okay, and also the speedrun will end in just a few more seconds. All I have to do now is spam my sniper rifle and shoot her until I won the argument that Rose is actually Ethan's daughter. Okay, and the speedrun is about to end in just a few seconds. And 3, 2, 1, time. There we go.
Nice.
No, Mother Miranda is dead. Ethan gets the adoption papers basically for Rose again. He gives the child to Chris. He leaves with Mia, and Ethan stands behind heroically and will detonate the nuke. And that was it. This was Resident Evil Village on the Village of Shadows difficulty. Yeah.
That was awesome. Amazing run, Alex. That was extremely impressive. I think chat liked that run a lot too. Everybody was giving you a lot of love throughout that run. That was very impressive. Do you want to give yourself your shout outs and all that good stuff, Alex? Tell everybody about what you're up to and where they can find you.
Right. So I am mostly active on Twitch. I speedrun this game for fun, and also some other speedruns, hopefully soon, which will be Ghost Runner. And yeah, thank you very much for having me. Thanks, Regal, for being here with me, for inviting me for this amazing event. And yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. And also before I forget, also good luck to Leo for his upcoming speedrun that is Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah, good luck. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for that amazing run. That was incredible to watch. But Alex is correct. We do have another run coming up after this. Tilio is going to be running Super Ghouls and Ghosts, one of my favorite games from my childhood. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But also, I want to say thank you to everyone supporting GDQ Hotfix with your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits. Your contributions help keep our shows running. If you're enjoying the stream, consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. You can also always support the stream by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends. But yeah, that's going to be it for the Resident Evil Village portion of the show. Thank you so much again to you, Alex. Very, very, very amazing run. But make sure you stay tuned, because right after this, like I said, we have a Super Ghouls and Ghosts run that's going to be very, very cool to watch. So we'll see you after the break.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Game Over. We have our second run of the show tonight coming up by Tilio. Tilio is going to be running Super Ghouls and Ghosts 80% on the professional difficulty. So, Tilio, do you want to go ahead and take it away for us and explain what we're going to be seeing tonight?
Yeah. So, like Regal mentioned, we're going to be playing this on the professional difficulty. There's actually 4 difficulties in this game. There's normal, and then an easier beginner, and then up 1 is expert, and up 2 is professional. So this is technically 2 difficulties higher than normal. This game is by nature like just really random. So upping the difficulty basically increases the randomness a whole bunch, and it also just in general like increases the final level boss health, and a few enemies have like longer projectiles that make you respect a lot more patterns, so you have to go slower and all that good stuff. But there's a lot of stuff going on here. I usually just word vomit a lot of times when I get nervous when I play this game, and okay. That's what's going to happen. And as a little disclaimer, I have played this game before, depending on what level 1 looks like. So yeah, I promise you that.
I've played this game before too. I've actually played it a lot, like growing up. Nice. So I'm like super interested to see the run. This is one of my favorite games like of all time. So
great. All right, yeah, let's get into it. I will give a little countdown here, and we'll get it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Thank you. So the first thing I really want to do is mash as much as possible on that second screen to basically let it like clear the screen as fast as possible because RNG begins on that screen. I didn't do a good job because I didn't get a dagger. So we are going to be basically in a world of fun. And again, like my disclaimer mentioned, I've played this game, I promise you. Right. So we have our bow. We really want to get a dagger in this game because dagger is king. The bow is pretty good, like casually.
Bow was my favorite weapon casually, I would say.
Oh, this is so bad. Okay, this is great. We're just gonna run back over here. Yep. And run under this guy, and hey, look at that. This is going great.
I love the frame rate
just a little bit of lag there. We are playing on the Super Nintendo from 1991.
Yeah,
Maybe you've heard of it. This was, I don't think this is technically a release game, but this is one of the earliest games of the Super Nintendo.
It plays like it.
Yeah, Capcom was really, really trying to show off. Like, I mean, honestly, this game is a beautiful game.
It is, but it lags quite a bit.
It is very laggy. You know what? We're going to hope that this is... Oh, I spawned an extra chest. Okay, so let's think. Let's use our brain here. That means that was a third chest. So this is going to be number 4. That's not what we want. We don't want number 4. We want number 5. This is going great. Yeah, so you might be thinking, like, what am I... I'm saying chest numbers and stuff. Yeah, so the chests in this game are... That it is one of the things that is actually not RNG. The chest order is determined by what chest is open, like which chest you open, and what number chest it is in the level. It's like this is chest number 6, so there's a dagger. Ooh. I forgot I had another chance. All right, here we are. Oh. Hell yeah. So basically, my life has just became a whole lot less stressful.
Well, we had a question. What is your favorite non-dagger weapon? Yours.
Favorite non-dagger weapon? I mean, probably torch, just because you can actually like... Yeah. Torch is like the second best weapon in my opinion. You can like actually do stuff with it, like in a like really fun ways, like in the game. A lot of the other weapons don't really like lend themselves to like doing anything super cool, you know, if that makes sense. But the torch definitely has like some cool strats that you can do, like some boss fights. You can get kind of creative with it, with the use of magic, and you can use some cool strats to like destroy the arenas in the few levels. I'm playing this really safe right now, so we're just gonna take a nice little journey. Usually, if I was going for a PB, if I was deep in the grind, I would do a damage boost there. If level 1 went the correct way and I ended level 1 in green armor, I would have done a B boost, which is a cool strat, but unfortunately level 1 was just being level 1, so I just really didn't get it. But yeah, so there's all kinds of weapons in this game. The one cool thing about this game is that, hey, right now you just get a little cup of coffee, get a little tea, whatever it is you're drinking. We got about 3.5 minutes of auto scroll.
Yeah, this is a very interesting start to a speedrun, where you get an annoying first level and then just immediately into an auto scroller.
Yeah, so it is one of the most random and annoying levels, and then like you said, right into an auto scroller, and then right after this, level 3 is probably the second hardest level. So basically, when you're deep in the grinding this game, you're going to reset a whole bunch on level 1, and then finally beat level 1, and then do a 3-minute auto scroller, and then play level 3 and immediately get hit at the beginning of level 3. And then reset and just be like, all right, this is great. This is
sounds
my day, you know?
Like a very healthy mental space to be in. This game, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you know, you mentioned that, and like, you know, this game does get really frustrating. But honestly, after this auto scroller is honestly, it's I've run this game for a very long time. And, when you first start it and when people are learning it, the auto-scroller is intimidating, it's annoying. But after a while, you learn to love it. I mean, hey, I got 3 minutes of just hanging out and chatting,
Yeah, just read your chat. Yeah. I can see the appeal.
This is like a this is one of the only, pretty much, I mean, the only level that doesn't really have RNG. I mean, it has RNG in the sense that these fish that you're seeing are going to like kind of spawn like or move a little bit differently, like but it's not going to matter. It's RNG that doesn't matter. So it's a very chill.
There's no like lag reduction going on. Maybe
if I were playing on normal, I would, and I was playing this, how you write it up, I would lose my shield to reduce lag.
Oh, okay.
Because so the shield serves two functions only. It lets you charge your magic faster. So when you get gold armor, your weapons, you get the magic for each weapon, which each weapon has its own like unique magic. And when you have the shield, it lets you charge the magic faster, basically. If you lose the shield, if you're standing still, you can block one projectile with the shield, but only certain projectiles. So there's like rules about it, but essentially you get to block one projectile. If you're grinding and going for top time, you want to lose the shield as much as possible. It's bad. It gives you lag. We don't like lag in speedruns. So,
is there any other way to maybe like speed up the segment, like any time saves that are possible beyond the auto scrolling?
Yeah, I was kind of doing it, and I guess it's kind of second nature at this point. But you basically essentially just want to kill everything as early as possible. On the right side of the screen and all that stuff, to reduce lag, and try to use your shield, all that good stuff. So that was boss fight there. This game has 2 attack buttons, so I was attacking and charging magic at the same time. You can like hold down a button and shoot with the other buttons. That's kind of a cool little exploit with, not really an exploit, but like a use of your buttons, which is kind of cool. I'm going to be jumping and throwing daggers and stuff. It's actually RNG, the height of your dagger when it comes out. But if you throw 3 daggers and then throw the 4th one, it'll always come out as low as possible. So that's kind of like a weird like little strat that you can use here to, try to get through this quickly. But yeah, that flame right there, this Woo Bear, that's another product of professional difficulty. That flame is much longer than on normal, so you can't just jump over it like you could on normal difficulty. You can kind of just ignore that flame regardless of the RNG. But on professional, since he gave me that early flame, I had to stop and respect it. These reamers are casually the biggest headache in the entire game. Luckily, hey, part of the reason why the dagger is king is because of that magic right there. It just one-shots reamers and makes your life very, very easy. So that is what we're going to do on this, marathon strats. There's no shame in that.
I remember playing this as a kid, and I never made it past the 2nd level. And then, like, when I got older, I finally made it to this level, and I was so excited. And then I just immediately died. It started, like, all the way over. It's just this classic, like, video game.
Well,
like,
I think a lot of people
just brutal.
I definitely think a lot of people get annoyed and give up at level 2 in this game because it's 3.5 minutes of auto scroll, and then that boss, like in the speedrun, obviously it looks really easy. It's really, really simple to kill him. But casually, he's like shooting stuff at you. Like, we don't even get to see any of his moves right now. But casually, it's terrible. It's terrible.
You really have to replay these levels so much just to like get through them casually.
You want to know if I run other games in the series? I run pretty much every game in the series except for that's a lie. Actually, I run like 2 games in the series. What am I talking about? I run this. I run Super Ghouls and Ghouls and Ghosts. Essentially, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you just say things. All right, hold on. I have to actually hear the game real quick. All right, so I use the audio right there to do like a little setup, and get a nice little quick kill there. That's a very There's actually a few ways to do it. Some other runners do it a slightly different way, but almost everyone that I know uses like the audio there, which is kind of neat. This game has that for an audio cue, and then I think some other runners also use audio cues in level 6 and 7 for the boss fights. I run two out of the 6, so basically every game. Yeah, dude, listen. It's so funny. All right, we're doing big strats. We're throwing stuff into the wall. We're jumping over spikes. We're doing spike jumps. You know, we're facing classic enemies such as blue guys with axes and green flame towers and all that stuff. Yeah, this was a Super Nintendo game, so they got to show off the Mode 7. You know what I mean? This is the classic rotating level. This is Mode 7, the level here, showing off the Super Nintendo technology. All right, on to, hey, I heard you like auto-scrollers, so we have another one. Not quite as long, though, not quite as long. But yeah, we're in the Ghouls' stomach. This is the cherry pie and blueberry level. There's a bunch of like steam vents going on. So the one of the major things between difficulties, at least what I consider major, is these steam vents trigger at different times. At least in the beginning. So like the very beginning there, they trigger in like different times depending on the difficulty for whatever reason. So that's something that you kind of have to learn and remember when you're playing on different difficulties and all that good stuff. I did not get the skip. You can actually get what is called Mode 7 skip, where on the first section of this, like the first platform that you kind of transfer to, if you do it like really, really fast and like optimally, you skip this slight rotation that you're seeing. It's not like actually faster. It just means that you're going fast. You know what I mean? It just means that you're optimal. So if I missed it, it means I'm not being optimal, unfortunately. So these Hydra heads have like 6 hitboxes on each of their heads. So yeah, when hitboxes overlap in this game, they take crits, so they take more damage. And they overlap, and my daggers pierce them, so that boss dies in like 2 seconds. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, that's if I was going for PB strats, I would be doing an invulnerability glitch here. But I'm not gonna do that because it makes next level basically a coin flip RNG, which is not, you never want to do coin flip RNG in a marathon. So we're just gonna opt out of that. Oh boy! No. All right, that is gonna be mistake number 1 of the day. That's fine. We get 1.
So typically, I guess
this is gonna make the next section real sketchy here. I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. Hell yeah. Okay, excuse my language. Sorry about that.
So, like, from this point, like, how do you deal with this? Do you have to like get your armor back up with chest?
I want to get my armor back. The fastest, best way to deal with this is I'm gonna take a death at the checkpoint. I hope. So I really want to get to the checkpoint here. As you can see, my daggers are no longer piercing, so they kind of suck now. It just makes this whole section really garbage. So now we have to pray that this guy doesn't just simply kill me right here. Oh, thanks. Nice. All right, we're good. So yeah, this is the strat. You take a death right here. Because otherwise you would want to get your armor back. Like, you need gold armor in this game, right? Like, yeah, you need the magic to get quick kills on bosses. If you don't have that magic, it just makes the boss fights miserable. So that's one of the things about this game is I don't really consider it like extremely like hard. I think it's very unforgiving. Like, yeah, it's hard in a different way. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people say this is and don't get me wrong, it's a very difficult and random game, but like, it's more that it's like just unforgiving, man.
It's very punishing on like your lack of like knowledge, I would say. It preys on that.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know, I tell people this, all the new runners all the time. Like, if you want to get a decent run in this game and feel like you know the game, half the battle is just learning the chess system. If you can understand how to recover, like get your armor back and stuff like this, you can see the game is just so much nicer when you're going fast. That's another like common thing, I guess, with a lot of speedruns is like a lot of hard games are hard because you're going slow and like fighting everything and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I speedrun Dark Souls. It's a very similar, like, sort of experience. Like, knowledge is 90% of the battle.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what I tell a buddy of mine who has always he'll never run this game. I was trying to tell him like it's not hard, man. You just gotta learn. You just gotta learn it. You know, you just gotta know that it's just gonna give you garbage all the time and whatever. But all right, level 6. This is the shortest level in the game. And I kind of listen to the music there. There's like a little organ riff. It's like doo. That's like my audio cue there. Yeah, very sophisticated audio cues here. Yeah, magic in this game. You can see why you need magic. You get invulnerability frames for like an hour after you cast magic in this game. It's amazing. So we just cast magic and use our iframes and finish them off nice and easy. And yeah, again, you can see why Dagger's king. Look, I just kill all these things in the wall because the dagger is piercing. And oh, please don't come up, please. Oh, cool, we're good.
I will also say, like, the platforming in this game is really weird until you like figure out exactly where to jump and how to jump.
Yeah, that's true. This game, its controls are like a blessing. Oh, a blessing and a curse. All right, so we get hit here. So here, no problem. I've spawned two chests. So this is going to be chest number. That's okay. Can we get this chest? There's chest number 3 right there, and this is going to be chest number 4 on the left. So chest number 4, chest number 2, and then chest number 3. And hey, look at that, we're back in the game.
Wow, how did he know?
That's another thing. Like when people are like, oh, you know, the level 7's tough. I say it is tough, but if you know that's a little trick there. You know, if you get your stuff back, hey, you at least keep playing the game. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, knowing where all the chests are, knowing the chest system is really the majority of the battle. You know. So, all right, here we have our double boss fight. Here we have a refight with Astaroth. Once again, we have the audio cue there. Didn't quite finish him. That's fine. We're going to do 2 buffered jumps here, 1 and a 2. And we're going to charge while shooting again. Well, I locked myself. Okay, this is fine. All right. Some magic we don't want to get hit by. All right. We'll just finish him off with daggers here. No shame in that. And we get the cool guy pose. All right. That is the loop 1. So right. Regal, when you were a kid and you finally beat loop 1, and you sat and watched this, and then after the end of this, what was your reaction?
I was just happy that I finally did this, because as a kid, I wasn't even able to get past the second level. Like I said, like when I was like 20 years old is when I finally beat loop 1. I still have not done loop 2. Which something I need to go back and do. I gotta go get that, because I put so much time into this game casually, like just trying to like suffer through it and learn the levels, that I owe it to myself to go back and actually do both loops.
And yeah, we have the real ones with a single G. Yeah, it is Ghouls tradition that after you beat the first loop, you can give me one. You can give me 1 G, and I will try to earn the second G on loop 2 here for the total of GG at the end. But yes, 1 G is acceptable here. So I guess one thing I haven't really mentioned, a little bit of like hidden weird tech in this game is storage. Is what we call it. It's what I did there. Oh, this is going to be so sketchy. Oh, okay, that's fine. Maybe I'll explain storage like after I get out of level 1. How about that?
Well, it's amazing how fast the game is when there's not that much stuff on the screen.
Yeah, look how much better it is when there's not 50 things up here. Well, we spoke a little too soon here, but. All right, yeah, so these skulls, another thing on professional difficulty that are generally really mean. That was actually super nice, what the skulls just did there, so that was sick. Normally they come out at like, you know, reasonable times, and that was very reasonable, but on professional difficulty, sometimes they can just come out at the most goofy times and just make it unpassable. It's great. That's the thing about professional difficulty, about this difficulty, is like you can get away with doing a lot of the same stuff that you do on normal. It's just that like most of the time you're gonna get punished for it. Yeah, we're going through here, filling the stuff, avoiding the things. But yeah, anytime you see me jump and like throw daggers like this and then do a flip, I'm doing what's called storage. So in this game, when you double jump and attack, you do bonus damage. Like with any weapon, if you jump and then jump again and attack, the weapon like blinks and you're doing like bonus damage essentially. So you can kind of exploit that by putting the max amount of projectiles on the screen and then jumping again and trying to throw another projectile and then it just doesn't come out, and so the next one that you throw is going to be empowered.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know if I explained that very well, but basically, essentially, you store a empowered
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
shot, and that it's not like super useful. Its main use is that it makes certain enemies and things die like one hit earlier.
Yeah.
So it just like makes things slightly faster. It's not like a huge thing, but like it'll make certain enemies die in one hit, like wolves and other enemies. So you kind of do it in certain spots to, you know, just speed things up a little bit. Loop 2 on the raft. Yeah, what do you... So you haven't beaten Loop 2 yet, Regal, so you've never beaten this game. That's insane, dude. Have you beaten any other Ghouls and Ghosts games?
No, this is the only one I played. Only one.
Oh, really? You haven't played any of those? Really? Okay.
Maybe I owe it to myself to finally go and do it.
I mean, you're a Dark Souls player, right? So you play hard. You play like this is
well, seriously.
The Dark Souls is the super ghouls.
I don't think I would have
Dark Souls, dude.
I don't think I would be like a Dark Souls speedrunner if it wasn't for like this game. Just because of its like influence on me as like a kid. I played it so much. So honestly, a little embarrassing that I'd never done 2 loops, considering how much time I've actually played this game.
You would knock it out in a day.
I think I could do it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could do it quick.
You know, if you boot it up and you say, you know, I'm gonna beat Super Ghouls today. Yeah, I bet you could do it. You know, it's just
I've beaten.
You got to have a mind. You got to be in the right mindset, man.
I've beaten Dark Souls, which is the hardest game ever.
It's the hardest game ever made.
Of course, I
literally subjectively. So you know,
of course I could beat this one.
This game, it doesn't even have a third dimension, dude. I mean, think about that. You're playing a game with a whole less dimension than Dark Souls. So it's like, I mean, come on. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I do need to do that. Just watching you play it's like, man.
Dude,
this game is so
Dark
sick.
Souls. So, I mean, if I've beaten Dark Souls, then you...
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It's my turn.
Regal, he invited me on and he didn't know that I was going to bully him into playing Super Ghouls for 30 minutes, okay?
I probably did the same thing to other showrunners when I ran Dark Souls. So.
Right, yeah. It's easy. Just learn how to parry, man, you know? Right, so chess, systems, games. This game, I just opened the chest on the left, and if you're wondering what that was the Goddess Bracelet. You need that weapon to beat the game. But you don't actually need it until the last level. So all you have to do is defeat the level 7 boss with the Goddess Bracelet, and that will trigger the true final boss fight to beat the game. But yeah, the dagger just like it's just too good to give up, essentially.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like the Goddess Bracelet is better. It does more damage, but it's proximity based, and it doesn't have magic. So the best route is to get it, like nowadays, we're getting it at like on level 5 on loop 2 and doing like a invulnerability on glitch on level 5, but that's only on normal. You could do it on professional, but again, like I said, you can get away with a lot of stuff on professional, but it's just a matter of whether or not you have the sanity to deal with all the RNG, you know what I mean? Because there's just a lot more point flip, garbage that the game gives you, so it's just annoying. Same strat here for loop 2. Generally, in this game, when you get to loop 2, it gets harder. So like loop 1 on normal would be normal, and then loop 2 would be expert. And if you're playing on expert, loop 1 would be expert and loop 2 would be professional. But since we're playing on professional, loop 2 it's just the same. We're already maxed out. So that is kind of a nice thing about this difficulty, I will say. Is generally when you're playing other difficulties, loop 2 is harder. You gotta lock in and get ready. But on professional, you're already there. You're already set. All right, we're doing some big strats here. This is good. All right, we like that. Maybe we'll get good. We're just sending it here. Nope.
Oh.
All right, that was so lucky. All right.
Is there a lot of randomness to these like imp spawns?
Yes. Those imps are just they're terrible. They're the worst thing ever. Every single one of them has a pattern that will hit you. You know what I mean? If you get that luck. So, oh boy. All right, this is fine. All right, so take a little hit there. That's just definitely an unplanned hit. No big deal. So now we're in a huge bit of trouble here. This reamer can really make me have a sad day right here. All right, we're fine. We'll take a death. That's fine. All right. Yeah. Like I said, this game, it's tough. It's tough playing this game and talking. I'll say that much. And but it's my own fault. I've played this game long enough. Yeah, we're on the towers. We're doing stuff. Like recovery. We gotta get our armor back. So we're just using our knowledge of chests. We've spawned one chest. Chest number 1, when we are in steel armor, is going to be a weapon, and we don't want that. Chest number 2, when we're in steel armor, which is going to be this one, is going to give us our bronze armor back. So we're all set on that front. Next up is our gold armor, which is going to be chest number 3. Chest number 3, or technically chest number 5. Chest number, what is it? It's 2, 3, and 6 maybe? Oh gosh, I think it's... For gold armor, it's 3 and 5. I don't know. We're just saying numbers right now. All right, here we go. Next chest is right here. All right, very careful that we don't get hit in the animation there. All right, since I didn't cast magic earlier, I'm going to cast magic now. There's like a weird programming thing or weird glitch or whatever where generally when you throw that magic, when it first comes on the screen, it doesn't do any damage, like the first couple frames. But the second time you cast magic, it does do damage on the first few frames. All right, I need to listen to the music real quick. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you see how like when I first shoot that out, the boss is right in front of it. Like it's following the boss. So if you do that the first time, the first like 20 frames or so, it doesn't do any damage. So you're not doing any damage actually. But if you cast magic, the next time you cast magic, it does do damage, and it takes the damage from the magic that you cast, right? So let's say that dragon magic does like 2 damage per like tick. If the first magic I cast was actually like if I had a scythe and did tornado magic, which is like 10 damage per tick, and then I switched weapons and got the dagger and did dagger magic, it would actually do like, it does like insane amount of damage in the beginning. It does like 10 damage per tick. It takes the tornadoes damage. It's a weird thing.
That is like, weird. Just in the beginning part where it normally doesn't deal damage.
Just in the first like 20 frames or so or whatever.
Weird.
Yeah.
Like you store the damage.
Yeah, it's like we call it magic storage.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Very creative.
Speedrunners all have the same brain cell.
Yeah, dude, we all are sharing one. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, so I don't know. I did a terrible job explaining it, but basically, the second time you cast magic, it does more damage based on the previous magic you cast. So, like, we found that out because it's just such a story, dude. We found that out because you can manip a dagger with scythe magic. With anytime you do scythe magic on any weapon chest, you can technically manipulate which weapon you want because the scythe magic like resets the internal. Dude. It gets too much. It gets to be too much for me. The Swedish mad scientist named Fred __, he knows everything. All right, he's in a lab coat out in the northern reaches up there. All right, and he just knows things, and he just tells me things. All right. Blueberry and cherry level. Didn't get the mode 7 skip again, unfortunately. So we are gonna have to deal with the Weeble Wobble action. And yeah, we're just jumping over stuff, and we're gonna jump into this next section of the boss and take the Hydra out. It's gonna be very laggy because I have a shield, but we really want to see these heads overlap. Oh, that was really good. Oh, that's gonna be really good too.
That is
nice.
For like,
Yep. Yeah, each one of those heads have like 3 hitboxes apiece. It's really weird that they give him so many. All right, the deep chill, the chillest level here. Ice music, the best music. Why is ice music always the best music in any video game?
yeah, it's either that or like water level, but like
Water levels.
they're usually
ice
annoying mechanics, but good music.
Yeah, you know that is true.
Is this?
All right, we're gonna.
I
hope
can't
to not get
remember.
nice.
I don't think this level has like slippery mechanics, does it?
No, it surprisingly does not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Man, I feel like slip mechanics in this game would be so terrible though, because
Yeah,
you already
platforming is already really weird.
Yeah, you already like cannot change the direction of your
Yeah,
jump in this game. So like having an additional ice mechanic on that would be so scary. All right, we're just sending it right now. This is fine. All right, cool. Yeah, these ices don't have a hitbox until they're fully spawned. So you can get away with like letting like if you get lucky and one of them like it spawns a huge one, then you could just walk through it forever. You know, it's great. All right. We're doing stuff. All right. Neutral jump to assert dominance there. That was sick. Okay. We do a little pause there to make him shoot the breath a little bit lower than normal. Oh my god, I almost just messed that up. You know what? My brain is somewhere else right now. This is going fine. All right, here we go. Just a few more. Yeah, these avalanches, they put like those ladders there to let you like avoid them and stuff. But you know what? As you can see, you can just simply jump over them. It's great. A lot of people who haven't seen the speedrun, that's like the thing that blows their mind, which is surprising to me. Like, you can jump over those? Yeah, man. All right. Big ice dragon. Big ice dragon boss. He loses his legs. Just like he loses his life nice and quick. All right, yeah, we're coming through it. Level 6 here. Oh, you know, if I was being bold and I was being scary, I'd do a really cool strat here. But I'll tell you what, let's just show the people what they want to see. A nice clean run, right? Nice and easy here. You can see right the power of the dragon magic. You just wreck things. It's great. This is a totally safe jump here. That bird head will always almost hit you. Well, if it goes early, you have to jump again, but you get it. We make this guy climb the ladder here. Just gonna keep shooting under him to manipulate him to go up. Hope that he doesn't swoop. Oof. So that's why I don't jump right there. You can actually save a little time to jump right there, but... All right, we wait for the organ riff. The organ riffs, and then we pop off our magic. All right, that was good. It's actually really tough to get a 2 magic kill there. You have to release the magic like almost on the last possible frame because on this difficulty, the bosses have a little bit more health than normal. All right, yeah, last level. To beat the game, we need to get the goddess bracelet, and we need to take out our final 2 enemies here. And yeah, I just keep saying it. It's like the 10th time, but yeah, the dagger rules. It's insane. It just wrecks everything. You can see why. We're gonna get our bracelet right here. After 3 little revolutions here, nice and easy manip. Boom. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's fine. All right. Nice and easy. Yeah, so this is probably the hardest part of the run for sure. The bracelet fight at the end is, in my opinion, like harder than the rest of the game. So we'll see how this goes. We're gonna play it a little safe, but you know, anything can happen.
Good luck.
We want to crouch to have him shoot the flame downwards in the beginning, and when you're crouching, it makes them not move, and it makes them move less also when you're in the air. So the secret to this fight is to crouch and hold down even when you're jumping like this, because as you can see, when I jump like towards him, he like won't even move. You see he kind of like stops, so you can kind of get really close, because again, this weapon does ooh, Ooh, oh, okay, that's fine, yeah. Weapon does damage based on proximity. So yeah, bam. Last level here, a final boss, the Fiend Sardius who stole the girl. He has 2 heads, one on his face and one on his abdomen, and he shoots out like little platforms. Oh, that's not a pattern that I like, so we're just gonna ignore that one. Don't even worry about that. I like that one. All right, if we're good, okay. Let's just not talk about what happens if we're good. Okay, this is great. All right, one more cycle should do it. Okay, yeah, okay. One more cycle should do it. This is fine. Oh, a bad one again. Can we do this? All right, let's see if we get a slide. We're gonna sacrifice like 4 seconds on the timer to see if we get a slide here. Oh, no slide, rip. All right, time is gonna be, when we do races and marathons, we do time at the end when the princess hits the ground, so time will be in 3, 2, 1, time. As the princess lands safely in the ground and gives us our reward, a loving embrace. What a legend. And we are in our boxers, unfortunately. But it's fine, it's fine.
Well done. That was awesome.
Yeah, this is like one of my favorite games. I've been playing it for a really long time. It's always a pleasure to, show it off. If you're, interested in learning the game, I'm still running this actively. I'm playing it, we've been playing professional lately. I'm going to probably do some beginner runs. I might even do an all difficulties runs where I beat the game 4 times in a row on each difficulty. There's things, if you play a game for a while, you just get all kinds of ideas, so.
I feel like you've been running this game for a while. Like,
on and off for about like 6 years now, 7 years now. So, it's just a game that I'm super comfortable with. It's has a reputation for being extremely stressful and scary, and at this point, it's comfy. It's a nice comfy game. So, I always appreciate getting to show it off. So, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tilio. That was an amazing run, and that was like really chill vibes. I appreciate that. I need to go back and play this game again, but it's not because
I'm ready, man.
It's not. I'm in there. It's not because you bullied me. It's because I realized that you're just right. I need to go back and like finish this just for myself.
It's always good to go back and beat the games that got the better of you when you're younger. It wasn't necessarily this game for me, but I've done that with many games. You gotta go back.
Yeah,
and get your revenge.
It's your revenge for like childhood you. Which is what I did. Yeah. I did that in my 20s, but then I was like, man, I got to do a second loop. Like, no way. So now I got to do the second loop. So it's going to be the same thing. It took me like 15 years to like go back and do the first loop. Now, like 15 years later, I'll do the second loop and eventually beat the game. I'm excited for
if you can beat the first loop, you can beat the second loop. And if you can get to the last level and you get to that bracelet fight, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be just, you gotta crouch. That's the trick. You gotta crouch.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. Just crouch. just hold down.
Man.
It'll be fine.
Just hold down, man.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here, Tilio. Make sure everybody goes follows Tilio. I appreciate the run, and we also had a really awesome run from Alex Meister earlier on, the Resident Evil Village run. So 2 really amazing runs today on the Game Over show. But that's going to be all for us today. Make sure you check in with us in 2 weeks because we'll be back with some more Game Over. But of course, we're going to take our off week as we always do. But after this, we have more hotfix speedruns coming up. We have Think Fast. We're going to go to a break, and then Think Fast will be on right after us. So thank you so much for being here, and y'all have a good night.